的专家，大家上午好。我是来自于
This is Lu Cheng, and from Nomura. So, and first I want to tell you that we are a Japanese company, and we are actually one of the biggest think tank in Japan, and we provide integrated services. We are a public company. Today, and in China, we are providing a lot of services, especially and for companies who are looking for digital transformation. At the same time, we're also helping them to do some industry planning and park planning, etc. And this is my topic. And today, my topic today is the industry applications of generative AI in Japan and the future and the prospects. And today, you have been talking about is AI applications in different fields. So today, and mainly, I'm going to talk about what we have been doing in Japan. So first, let's look at the market size, which is similar to China. Last year, and we hold the AI conference, and we found the AI and market size and is really big in Japan, and that is similar. So basically, and we have the three major sectors. The first is LLM, and the second sector is some vertical sectors, and the third part is general generative AI applications. For example, and advertisement and companies and consulting firms and etc. And in Japan, they do have a big market. It is estimated that, and by the year of 2030, they can reach 1.8 trillion yen or 84 billion RMB, and by 2030. So what about the Japanese and the industries and attitude to generative AI? So recently, and we have conducted a survey. The conclusion we have reached is, so what are people's expectations or opinions on its application and in different industries? And we can see 9.7% of the industries and are in discussion of the using of 9.7, and then later we can find out when we conduct a most recent survey, and this ratio has increased to 12.1%. When we look at industries, especially for manufacturing industry and financing industry, and they do have a very close watch, and they have a great interest in using generative AI. And we can see that in the past, and it was less than 10%, but the most recent application rate has reached 16%. So I should say, generative AI has a very rapid deployment in Japan for different industries. And we can also see that with the increase of number of AI applications cases, and we can see more companies are changing their attitudes towards generative AI from trial use to active promotion. For example, starting from advertisement and by using generative AI to provide more services such as analyzing services and more customized services to their customers. From a front desk to a back desk, people cannot live without generative AI, because we've been talking with all kinds of companies, all kinds of clients. We find their attitudes have changed a lot in the year of 2023. So people's attitude was, what can generative AI can bring to us? So that is their attitude. Then later, the companies start to make some assessment and they start to prepare some budget. And then versus the investment and versus the benefits and returns. So that was in the trial. But starting in the year of 2024, we have found people are having a more aggressive attitude of using generative AI. And people are inclined to adopting and using AI at a faster pace. and they are thinking about how to make this digital transformation and how to make the best use of AI, and to make sure that they could have some benefits. And so we understand that the generative and AI's application will continue to rise and in the future. From our perspective, and I think that we could put the generative AI's application in business can be classified into the next 3 phases. For example, in phase 1, generative AI and could be used for working on some documents, and by using this AI as a tool, for example, help me to do some writing or some programming support. And that's for phase 1. And for phase 2, we feel like that in phase 2 is more like a collaboration between a human and generative AIs, which means a part of my work will be sent to AI for processing. But of course, I need to also need to take over a part of the job, make sure it is okay. In the third phase, and we can see that generative AI can have some revolutionary change to your business. So next, by explaining some case studies, and I'm going to explain to you how can we best use AI. So next, let's look at the empowering business. On the left-hand side, you can, this is a consumer and good example. On the right-hand side, this is a business application of an AI. So anyway, people do have an idea, different ideas of using AI in different fields. On the left hand, this company they are using AI to generate some packaging design. I think in the future, AI could substitute a lot of human work. In addition, also you can do this work at a very high efficiency, and it can generate a lot of ideas for advertisement. But there is one question, and will there be a IPR infringement issue? I'm not saying that I will directly use the work generated by AI. So for the designers, usually they will review these drafts generated by AI and then select all these drafts. It's like providing drafts for further discussions. And in the process, AI could collect the preferences of designers in the past. So this is the case study in the left. On the case on the right-hand side, you can see it's more like the leveraging and the accumulation of the past experiences. Well, this case is from Toyota Research Institute. AI could help to generate some images from development aspect. So the question is, how can we make sure that we can reach the optimal design and program for a certain project or for a certain job? Because in the past, Toyota, they have had a lot of designing experiences, and so by using generative AI, they can combine the human experience and the future preferences. So this is another business application. So I'm talking about AI's application in manufacturing industry. So next, maybe let me share with you on some other cases. And in the pharmaceutical industry, and the first one, this is a pharmaceutical AI application. Well, it's a little bit complicated. Let me give you one example. Let's say I'm developing a drug which is antiviral drug. So during all the experiments, I need to find out all these viral target protein changes after using this drug. So, and this is a kind of and the designing and of the process and after a large volume of observation. Well, in the past, usually, and that would require a lot of human and work, a lot of human experiments. So, and at this time, Fujitsu and the Riken Research Institute, they are using an AI and to make some and pre and research and for them, and that can help them to identify and the changes of the proteins. And for example, in the past, when I conduct analysis, it takes me for a day's time, but today it only takes about 2 hours to finish the same amount of work. So the work has become a lot more efficient than before. Now let's look at another application in the field of material and development. And we can see that Asahi and Kasi developed the AI solution and MI. Well, so this company is developing some advanced materials. They are developing some filter for pharmaceutical industry. So for this filtering and materials, there are two major requirements. The first thing is we hope that this filter can help to filter some of the pathogens, the viruses, the bacteria. At the same time, it can help us to increase the productivity. And so, for Asahi, when they talk to their customers, and they say, I hope my efficiency can be doubled. And we do not want to see so many microbes or bacteria in the process. So what did they do in the past? It's kind of you can only get. It's a kind of a trade-off relationship. You can't get both. You can only get either one of them. So for Asahi, in the past, they encountered a lot of difficulties in the field of a material industry or in pharmaceutical industry, and they do have so many processes, and they use a lot of parameters. And you use only 3 parameters for one process, so it's like 3 multiplied by 30 parameters.
那旭化成他们做的
Asahi and now they have AI integrating with the past experiment data. Maybe past 2 years, there is no optimal result, but it's still valuable. Plus AI, and this AI can help find the optimal result. And by this way, they have developed the material informatic solution, really, and help them double the development speed, filtering speed, but the nature of the filtering remain unchanged. This is optimized solution. Informatics material solution, it's not only internally used, but also be used by upstream and downstream partners. For the traditional industry, we want to develop a new material. I bring it to the partner. Then they will do the evaluation, integrating to their concept. They will propose some ideas. Of course, they will have some new ideas and then have optimization. They will coming back and forth a lot of communications. In terms of the material R&D, this is not the most effective way. From Asahi, the development, now they have MI, material informatics, integrating to the upstream downstream partners' experiences. So this is a value chain cooperation platform. The upstream and the downstream demand integrating to upstream know-how. 2 parties work together on the know-how. Well, I think that for the domestic company as well as the Japanese company, they don't want to leak their know-how. They want that the data, the encrypted, the calculation, others will not be able to see. But the result can help upstream and downstream to boost their efficiency. So we want to share this case with you. So about material. Next, about the manufacturing industry AI. For many domestic companies, you are not unfamiliar with that. For the machinery industry, for the Mitsubishi and sees Panasonic and also other robot company. In the past, these robots are used in the vertical industry. So this is a denser wave. Just 2 years ago, they started to have robots to work for different purpose. For example, in the factory or in the lab, they have the lab to have wide applications in various scenarios. But actually, the issue is a lack of the human-machine interface. Last year, the AI is explosive growth. So Denso started to put AI into the robot applications. Generative AI, they will have AI empower robot, and the robot will help a human being to accomplish various work and truly help people to unleash their own productivity. So AI will be the helper for the human being. So these low-level work will be delegated to AI, and then human being will focus on their own capability, their own advantage. So these are the development cases of Denso. So from these cases, you can see AI has its co-function. It can replace the human being to do the burdensome low-level work. They are also can provide a tailor-made, individualized solution. They will do the analysis on the data. For example, they will do the data analysis in large volume. A human being can do the data analysis, but they cannot do large volume data analysis. They also can have a predictive model in the future, in the financial and in the manufacturing, in the material development. There were wide applications for AI. For the AI forecast, we believe that first and for the industry, it will have a revolution on the industry. For the companies, when talking about digitalization, these companies are talking about how to empower our business, how to improve the performance. Then I can have the streamlines the people to do more work. AI is also seen for the company organization optimization or manless or less manned factory. This is a great boost. This is the first part. Second part, it's not reducing the number of the people in the factory. It's not only downsizing the workforce, and also AI can help us to do a lot of routine work, and then the people can really demonstrate people's value. It will help you and to focus more on the innovative part of the work. AI will do the routine work, and also AI will help you to do the optimization, and also AI can be some trainer and it can empower the company. In this transition, I believe the humans' productivity has been greatly improved, released. This for the industry outlook, I think. For the industry 2.0, it is a platform industry. At 3.0, it is more the generative. It will help to have optimized our design. In the future, there will be super creator, and one person or a minority of people, and they will have brilliant ideas, innovative ideas. The downstream application, the industry concentration will go down. There will be the horizontal division of labor. This will be the major trend. Then these are the topics currently being discussed a lot, like the laws regulations for the generative AI from the industry or from the society. There are a lot of topics I will not cover these topics from Japan's perspective, from China's perspective. I think you will run into similar issues. There would be how to build AI governance, how to have these rules. They believe that China is really at the frontier of this area. Japan, there are also some explorations. You can have a communication with each other. About China-Japanese cooperation, we are focusing on the material development and manufacturing. These are upstream. For the AI, for the bigger trend, our judgment is domestic application is mainly on the downstream, like a new retail, e-commerce, or the marketing, etc. There will be the AI applications. China will be the front runner. For the upstream, I met many friends today, and they will have upstream introduction. For Japan, on the upstream, like material development and manufacturing, they have their uniqueness. Therefore, we believe China and Japan can learn from each other. This is first point. Secondly, for the generative AI in the application industry, China and Japan, for the robot manufacturing, they have their own advantages. Japan is very good at cutting-edge industry, or China is more at a general purpose, can be scaled up in a short time. I think that both parties have their own advantages. I think that how to complement to each other, this is very important. And also about AI governance. AI governance, I believe that two parties will have a lot of topics to discuss with each other. We can share a lot at the very beginning by the forum. For example, like today's forum is wonderful. We can share a lot at the forum to think about how to construct a harmonious AI architecture. Thank you very much.